Hi, my name's Amanda and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the basics of contouring. It's a question I get an awful lot at the store, and it's really quite simple. What I've chosen to talk to you about today is a couple of palettes here from a company called Cargo, which is a beautiful brand that we carry here at London Drugs. Awesome, so here we go. We're ready to start contouring and I'll just walk you through it. I'm gonna start with my cheekbones because I think that's probably the most common place people want to see a little bit more definition into their face. I am using the most amazing brush. This brush is from Cargo. It's called the Magic Brush and it really is a little bit of magic. I have prepped my skin with foundation and then set it with the Cargo powder. The worst thing you want is to leave the house with two racing stripes up the side of your face. So I'm gonna start towards the back of the cheekbone. So on me, I can, believe it or not, I can feel it, it's there. I wanna start towards the back and make just sort of like little circular motions along the bone, coming really towards the corner of the mouth. So, and you can sort of see that this is a pinky tone, so for me, it actually looks fairly believable. Really, I mean, you can go back and forth, it's just whatever works for you. And then I tend to bring it up into the temple. And so right away, you can start to see the shape that's gonna be coming. And what you wanna make sure with contouring too is that you're fairly precise again with where you apply it, which is why this brush is so awesome, because you can get it just right where you want it rather than having it extend down below, because then you lose the effect of the dark going to light. And I'm just gonna get the other side so that I'm even. Again, touching my hand so I don't get a ton of product. And just working it up into the hairline, into the temple. I'm gonna try not to make any weird faces while I'm doing this, but no guarantees. Yeah, and then what you generally want to do is look at yourself straight on as well when you're doing this to make sure that you don't have one higher than the other, or that you haven't come down too far, that the color is kind of even. So the next area I'm going to work on in terms of contouring is going to be the jawline. I wasn't born with a ski boat jawline. Some people have people with more of a square shaped face will have a very pronounced jaw. My face is rounder, so I don't. So I'm just going to show you again, tapping off the excess, and you're just going to sort of follow that natural contour. If you have a long or narrow face, what you may want to do is really sort of shorten your face up a little bit so you can actually do some contouring up along the hairline. And also you would do the chin. So think of it this way, the dark colors again are receding or closing in, so if you're going to come this way to make a long face that wider, and in my case I'm going to be concerned more with the angles across this way. Now we're going to talk about contouring the nose. So when you're doing the nose contouring, the idea for most people is to narrow the nose or lengthen the nose. If you sort of come from the eyebrow, and again you can see I'm hardly using any product here because the last thing I want is to look like I have two racing stripes down my nose, but you've got a natural shadow there, and then you want to blend. Fingers are actually often your best tool because they're warm. So now that we've got most of the contouring laid down, this is where we can work with the highlighting. And the highlighting is basically just the opposite. So again, if you think of how dark colors recede or push back or narrow, highlighting is going to bring more emphasis to that area to bring more height. So again, the highlighted color is the lightest one in the top of the palette. For the nose, we would want to take it basically down the center. If you had a really long nose, what you could do is you could actually take a little bit of the contour color and run it across the bottom to sort of shorten the nose. I have a nice big nose, so I've got lots of room, and I'm going to try and make it look a little bit more narrow. So you get the idea. So you've got the high point and then more of the shadow rolling off to the dark. Another area that people like to highlight often is sort of just in between the brows. And again, just blend it a little bit with your fingers. Back to the cheekbones. I'm gonna go back to my magic brush, tap off the excess, and basically where the light would bounce off naturally, you want to put it right on the top of the cheekbone here. So we've highlighted here, we've highlighted here, we've highlighted on the tops. Another little trick is to highlight the Cupid's bow, and that will make your lips look a little bit fuller. So I'm going to start with the highlight on the eyes. Generally you want to lift under the brow. And it's kind of the neat thing about makeup, it's it's the little subtleties. It's not often the things that are over the top and really overdone that make a lot of difference. It's these little tiny tips and tricks. Another one is the corner of the eye. So the tear duct will help open the eye. And that gives you an idea of what you can do with the highlighter for the eyes. So last but not least, we have a little bit of the cheek color to add in. We've created some shape with the contour, and we've also added some highlight. Now we need to put a little color back in. So I'm going to go with this beautiful pink shade. And what I like to do is just sort of work it back again to the hairline. And that will blend everything in, so that you don't have any demarcations between contour, between highlight, and between blush color. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for future videos from London Drugs.